originate become originate. Alright, mate. Know what you're doing, mate. Here we go, coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna stop that. Watch me there, boy. Watch this. Nanini wo, sing like no 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 no. Nanini wo, sing like no 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 no. Nanini wo, sing like no 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 no. Yeah, oh yeah. No 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 no.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Roadside to Islam. Actually, can you introduce yourself, please?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name's Abdul Wahab. I used to be known as the original UK Apache. Man, you don't know. Nanini wo, all that kind of thing. Just give him a little touch because I know you probably clipped the video. You know what I mean? So you're getting a bit of shot like, who's that video to this now?
Okay, how long have you been Muslim for?
Alhamdulillah, I've been Muslim all my life, but I wasn't practicing properly, like I would say, you know, like I am on it now, you know what I'm saying?
MashaAllah. Okay, what was your life like before you were practicing your deen?
Well, basically, I got involved in the music business from an early age, due to influences around you. I was always seeing musicians and artists, and I wanted to be involved in that type of game. I was very impressed by like reggae artists, you know, because they always had a positive message, and that's how I came through. Because through my family, my background, you know, my mum's Asian and my father's Arab Iraqi, but I was raised up with my mother, and we were politically involved. My grandmother was Nelson Mandela's first secretary, so I have to mention that, you know. So from an early background, I've been raised with like people always fighting for justice. So through reggae music, when I saw reggae music, I thought, yeah, reggae music back in the day, like Bob Marley and all them people were always talking about justice and all that, you know, positiveness for the people. You know, they claim they seem to be the voice of the people. So I got involved through reggae music, and then got involved into jungle, you know, and then made it big with that track Original Nutter. I'm saying always like to spread a positive message and stuff like that.
Okay, well, how would you say Islam changed your life?
Well, yeah, like I said, I was born a Muslim, but I didn't really know the principles of being a Muslim or Islam, you know, and I only really looked into that as I went through life, you know, and took it more and more seriously as I got older and older, you know, and researched, and, you know, Islam made me give up music, because music is not allowed in Islam, it's haram. Some people may debate this issue, but this issue is not really debatable because the evidence is clear. The hadith is clear from the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, you know, that some people in my ummah will make haram halal, and that is like wearing of the silk, wearing of the gold, committing zina, and doing music with musical instruments. I'm not saying nasheeds now. Nasheeds is a different thing, you know. For those who don't know, nasheed is like an Islamic song, but that song has to have just vocal and no music, and the context of the lyrics has to be specified, you know, has to be unique to Islam, you know, in what you're saying. So obviously, me being in music, I had to leave that, you know, being in clubs and all this type of thing. And obviously, it took time to accept it because, you know, for people who's in music, they know they've got a deep passion for this type of thing, you know. Really, it's, you know, for the truth, as a Muslim, should I say, this is something that you should leave.
Okay, what advice have you got to like the youth who still listen to your old tracks and whatnot? What advice have you got to them who live in this gang life and whatnot?
Well, the gang life, as you can see, that's just a negative. You know, there's nothing positive about it. You know, you get drawn in due to influences around you. You know, through musicians, through films, through the society that you're raised up in, and you think it's a cool thing to be in. It's a trendy thing, or whatever name you want to call it on the street now. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, it has a price to pay. Everything has a price to pay, and gang life has a price to pay. And you know, you may think, oh, I'm in a gang and they were like a family, but really and truly, there's no family in it, you know, because you'll see the ills in it. You'll see at the end of the day, man and man won't have your back. When the real thing kicks off, they won't have your back. And when it does kick off, it kicks off seriously nowadays. You know, back in the day, people used to just fight the fist. Now it's all about stabbing, shooting, you know, and youth are dying. So, you know, if you're not getting that on that level, you're going to get in trouble with the police. And from you get in trouble with the police, this will affect your life in the future, because you're going to get older and eventually you're going to want to leave gangs, because gang is more for, you know, it's based more for young people to lead them astray. So you get older, you don't want to be involved in a gang unless you're that unintelligent that you still want to act like you're 15, you know, when you're 42 or 52, you know. So, you know, gang life is a negative thing, definitely a no-no. But, you know, by me saying that, you're going to say, oh, well, you know, most people don't want to listen to nobody when they say just no. You know, you can see from yourself, you can see how the youth are dying. You know, you can can see clearly. Every day there's a stabbing, there's a shooting. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? No, it's not worth it. You've got a better life, you've got a better future. You know, if you don't get involved in that, you can educate yourself, you can become something. You know, and there's some noise going past now as I'm talking something good, you know, but I'm going to take up my voice a bit because I'm used to staying on stage, you know, so we're trying to talk positives. So, yeah, so this is it. So, you know, the gang life has no positive sides to it. There's no positive side to it. When you say to me, I make money, I get women. Well, you make money and get women. People who made money and get women, they've never been happy because you can't buy happiness. Yeah? Happiness comes from a true source. Happiness comes from the Creator. Yeah? And that's another issue you have to look into. Whether if you're a Muslim, you don't know what it is already. That's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best way of life. You know, and you have to assess that. You have to read that yourself because you're not illiterate. You can read. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of sources now where you can get information. Internet. I.e. this is Roadside to Islam, it's going to be on the internet. You're going to look at this website and you're going to get some knowledge from it, hopefully. You know, you're going to see something from it. So there's many websites that tell you about the truth, about the Prophet and the sincere way of life. And if you're a non-Muslim, I would say to you, to look into it. You know, there's no compulsion on religion or the way of life. You've got a choice to choose whatever you want. But this way of life has very good values in it. You know, it's very good uplifting things. And don't believe the propaganda that the press or the media gives you. You have to go to the source. You have to go to the, you know, because you wouldn't like somebody talking about you, and it's all lies. People have to come to the source. You know, so that's it. You know, Islam has changed me. Like I said, the brother asked a question before. It's changed me in many ways. You know, Islam has guidelines, and these guidelines benefit you. There's no doubting about it. And Islam covers everything, every aspect of life, everything. Whether you're young, old, there's no age in Islam. Like, don't think, I'm a young Muslim, I don't need to worry about it until I get old. No, what are you talking about? If you study, yeah, you know, there was many young people who followed Islam in the time of the Prophet and they benefit their life. And there's many old people who followed Islam, you know. And the Prophet, you know, he received the revelation of the Quran when he was 40 years old, you know, in the middle age. So there's no age on Islam. You know, and it benefits you in all aspects. Like I say, if you're young or old, it can benefit you. It guides you in everything. How to live your life in a good manner, manners. You know, how to treat your parents. How to look for a responsible relationship through marriage. You know, all these type of things that in the end you're going to want to have. You know, you may think life is fun and games, but life is very serious. You know, it has its enjoyment, but there's always a limitation in everything. You know. So Islam taught me this. So because of this teaching, and I thought, well, there's nothing that can match it. There's nothing that can match the way of the Prophet. I said to myself, at the end of the day, you know, why am I fighting the truth? You know, there's no need to fight the truth. You might as well just accept it, yeah, and struggle, because anything that's good doesn't come easy at the beginning. You have to struggle for something that's good. If it came easy, you wouldn't appreciate it. You can easily get drunk, yeah. You can easily take drugs. You can easily join a gang. It's no problem. Yeah, but you know, those are all easy things. And when you check it, you don't respect it in the end. Many people have left gangs, you know, many people have left fame and being in whatever industry, they've all left it to follow this path. And there's a reason for this. You know, so if you're a Muslim youth, you should look into what's right in front of you, you know, because that's the real enjoyment of life. You'll never really enjoy life, yeah? And there's no point hiding who you are, because your friends who are non-Muslim, they become Muslim, and then all of a sudden they'll be looking at you thinking, hold on, you know, you was meant to be a Muslim. I know about Islam more than you. And when that comes back to you, you're going to think, oh no, that faith is me, I'm a Muslim. But no, you don't know about Muslim, you just got Muslim name. Or maybe you're looking Muslim fame. But you don't even know the Muslim game. No, but let's not, you know, what I'm saying, you know, at the end of the day, you want to know about your faith and who you are, so you should study it. And if you study it, don't feel ever embarrassed about it, you know. That's just the way forward. You know, it's the way forward.
Jazakallah khairan. To see more exclusive interviews, go to www.roadsidetoislam.com. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.